Hello everyone, my name is Stevie Borthwick and I hold the role of Head of Franchise within Barclays across the UK. At Barclays, we're super excited to be sponsoring the British Franchise Association Super Brand event for 2022. Over the course of the last couple of months, we're working really hard with the team to make sure this event is set up for success. At Barclays, we're really set up to support both franchisees as well as franchisors. So myself and the rest of the team, what we're really keen to do is build relationships with franchisor brands across the UK, as well as ones that are coming new to the UK for the first time, as well as developing those brands that we already have an existing relationship with. What we're really keen to do is explore those brands and how we can support across the industry, really kind of understanding the brands and what we can do at Barclays to really bring the best of the Barclays brand to you. And from a franchisee perspective, we're really kind of keen to understand individuals' own needs, understand their journey, what they're looking for in terms of any lending, overdraft requirements, and then we'll take the time to fully understand exactly how we can help back to you. And the team are really kind of set up there to be a point of contact to support. When it comes to the financial support that we can offer franchisors, what we would do is take some time to spend time with the franchisor relationships directly. We would understand a lot more about their business model, what the lending criteria would look like for them in terms of them to be able to be set up for success. And then what we would do is work with our local teams within Barclays to present back exactly what we could do specifically for that brand. When it comes to franchisees, what we'd like to do is treat them on a case-by-case basis, very much supporting their own individual needs. So we take some time to understand a bit more about them, their strategy, what their finances look like, as well as what they can feel comfortable putting up front in terms of into the business. And on the back of that, we'd work with our local credit teams to understand what we could do in terms of affording any lending requirements to them, as well as any overdraft facilities to make sure they're up and running when they're open for business. Over and above that as well, what we're also keen to look to do is to see how can we explore the other Barclays services and products that we have and make sure that that's open to be able to support franchisees as well as franchisors. Of course, when it comes to what franchisees can borrow, it is very much dependent on their own circumstances and their own needs. It's always very hard to say what we can sort of allow people to borrow as a generalisation. I think that's what's really also key as well, the fact that we do make sure it's very much tailored to people's own needs and we really have a sort of really good variance to be able to support people. Over the last couple of years, it has been a very difficult couple of years for everyone, depending on your own circumstances. But one thing I think that the franchise sector has really brought, as well as moving forward, is very much that sense of community, which was very important throughout the pandemic, as well as where we're currently in the space today. And what we're seeing on the back of the pandemic is more people potentially being interested in franchise for the first time. Franchise offers a great deal of flexibility, which I think is one of the more key points that people are looking for in today. And what we've also seen as well is a wider diversification of new brands, as well as people coming to the franchise sector for the first time. So there's now more brands than ever before that you can get involved in across the franchise space, as well as more people coming to franchise for the first time. And I think it's all about really kind of pulling together. You have that support directly from the franchisor, as well as the wider franchisee community. For me, the key thing around financial considerations is just making sure that you feel as comfortable as possible when it comes to looking at a franchise for the first time. I guess when somebody's maybe looking to buy a franchise, the first consideration is, you know, where is the funding and the money going to come from to be able to afford this? And that's why I think it's really important that everyone is aware of what support and tools are available out there in that space. And really kind of make sure that you do consider, firstly, that you feel ready to take out a franchise for the first time. But even before you do so, I know I speak on behalf of Barclays as well as other providers that are out there in the marketplace. We're always very open to having an initial light touch conversation with you, just so you're aware of what we can do in terms of maybe lending, overdraft facilities as you look to take out the franchise, and that maybe might give people a bit more comfort when they take that initial jump for the first time. Franchise for me is really very much open for everyone. I think there has been potentially misconceptions in years gone by that maybe you do have to have a wide range of business experience to come into the financial franchise sector for the first time. But that's a benefit of franchise for me, the experience that you have available to support you at every step of the journey, whether that be through the British Franchise Association, whether it be through the local community, speaking to people that have already been through that journey before. It just makes people feel a bit more comfortable that it is open for everyone. And I think the key thing for me is always just being passionate about your business and passionate about what you want to do. I think that's the key thing for me when it comes in there. You don't need to have vast experiences in the business sector. It's about being passionate about what you do, make sure that you're relying on the community to make sure you're set up for success, and speaking to people if you do need any help. Barclays have been a BFA affiliate member for a number of years. It's something we are incredibly excited to be part of. It is a real sense of community where we can get the opportunity to speak to franchisors directly, as well as speaking with franchisees as well for the support that's required. The BFA is a really great home for people to go to be able to get as much tool support and research as much as possible, make sure that they do have a helping hand at every step of the journey, and it's something which I hope at Barclays can continue for a long time. Barclays are really excited as well as committed to be able to support the franchise community across the UK, and I look forward to meeting you all face to face at the event.